We are live, coming to you midday here, just before the noon hour. TV's Ken and resident Lions aficionado. Our bottle of Lions Kool-Aid, which normally gets tried out.
That's strong.
Huh?
That's a strong word. I'm not an aficionado.
Well, how would you describe yourself?
I would describe myself as a early season over-optimistic fan and a late season realist and pessimist.
So you drank the Kool-Aid earlier in the season. I think if you went back on my Twitter feed about a month and a half ago, you would see a very damning tweet that said something to the effect of, I feel like this Lions team is different. They are getting the intangibles right.
I think we all have one of those early in the season where you're like, hey, this is real, guys. The Lions are actually good this year. And then it never ages very well.
So I've got egg on my face because I thought for sure they'd be a winning football team at this point. Instead, they are 3-7-1 and just lost to a team that had 9 losses on the season going into the game.
It's one of the lower moments in probably the last decade for the Lions, I think, since the 0-16 season.
I mean, look at my hair. If that's not a dead giveaway about how long I've been on this planet. I'm 49 years and 1 month and 2 weeks old, and I've seen exactly one playoff win. I can tell you exactly where I was. I was at a house. There was a young lady that I liked, and she invited me to meet her friends at a friend's house. So I was at a townhouse on Lake Lansing Road when I saw Eric Kramer lead the Lions over the Cowboys 38-9. I think was the final score. And that's almost 30 years ago.
And you're just carrying that hope since then? That it would happen again?
You know, the mid-'90s Lions that had the trio of 1,000-yard receivers, plus Barry Sanders, and then Scott Mitchell looked like, second half of that 95 season, all of a sudden he looked like a world beater. Then they would roll into the playoffs and just get shellacked by the Ray Rhodes-led Eagles. And then they get whacked again a few years later by the Saints with Drew Brees. And what the hell?
Yeah. That Seattle game, they made it that other time, but...
Oh, and then let's not forget all the ways that the officials have screwed the Lions over the years, and all the rule changes and completing the catch and all that nonsense. Bill Simmons, the sports guy, said that he didn't know what to do with himself when the Red Sox finally won a World Series because so much of his identity was wrapped up in them being losers. So what are we going to do with ourselves if the Lions ever actually put something together?
It really is part of our Lions fabric and identity. I mean, I don't know what we would do. We'd have nothing to talk about. We would just cover the games, I guess? Is that what we would do? We would just, I don't know. It would be odd. I don't know
So
how
what's this about a Lions boycott?
So after the Lions lost to the Redskins, there's a call amongst fans, some media pundits, Charles Jackson here, to boycott the Lions on Thanksgiving. Now this means basically don't show up to the game on Thursday.
Even if you have tickets?
Even if you have tickets, don't show up to the game. So the idea is that you're somehow embarrassing the team, and that forces the team to make some sort of move, which you could argue is firing the coach and the general manager.
Chuck's got a beef.
Don't show up. I'm all for it.
Don't show up.
Chuck's in favor of the boycott.
All for it.
I tend to think it's a complete waste of time for fans. I just don't think that boycotting the game will make any actual difference to Martha Ford's.
Martha Ford would have to.
Yeah. There's just no way that Martha Ford is sitting in her suite caring at all about the fans thinking. Yeah, there's just no way. And I love this. I love the idea that fans are somehow scheming to trick Martha Ford into making this decision. Like they're like, Martha has no clue what's going on. She's just waiting for fans to make some sort of statement for her to do something.
And
it just doesn't make any sense. And plus, families go to this particular game for more reasons than football related, right? They mostly go for tradition purposes. Maybe they go with their friends and family every year. It's just part of they go to the parade and they go to the game. There's more than just the football part of the Thanksgiving game in Detroit.
It's a waste of time, says Dre Mikey. Ryan says Martha Ford needs to sell the team.
See, short of that happening, what is the difference? What's the difference going to be?
Ryan says they should boycott 100%. Suzanne says it's a bit late for a boycott now. People already bought their tickets and certainly won't get their money back.
Exactly. That's another thing. You're just going to eat the cost of your ticket because somebody's bullying you into not going.
Yeah, Sarah McDonald, what's a boycott going to do if the tickets are already paid for?
Exactly.
Pamela says just give the tickets to Boys and Girls Club. At least they can experience the ambiance of Ford Field. Tanya Wilson says, why are they trying to boycott? No. Win, lose, or draw, we should still support the Lions. Just make the changes in the head office, I think is what she was going. People are passionate.
Well, to be clear, I'm not endorsing going to the game. I think that's a terrible move to go to the game. You will probably end up being very disappointed. But if you bought tickets, or if it's a family tradition or something, don't let people that are not involved in your life bully you into not going to the game just to make you feel bad, just to trick a billionaire, to try and trick a 93-year-old billionaire into firing the coach. I mean, come on, where are we at here? Like, what is this? That doesn't make any sense at all.
The pencil doesn't do anything. It literally does nothing.
No.
It's just an accoutrement.
I thought it was like a satellite dish. Like it just kind of got some signals.
Are you drinking the Lions Kool-Aid? Is this team ever going to be worth a damn? Or are we all doomed for all eternity to just kind of schlep from season to season with high hopes only to have them dashed repeatedly? Brian, what are your thoughts?
I think it's all pretty funny. I don't understand what everyone's so mad about. Didn't they win 3 games? That's pretty good.
Had some trolling right there. That is shade. What do you
That's
think?
good.
We invite you to continue sharing your comments here on this live stream for a few more minutes, and we will be back with you on Friday in the midday to discuss something else that's making news around the water cooler. So, go Lions.